When I started my boutique, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my backstory and like how things progressed and how it worked out for me. But when I started my online boutique, my experience was just like, most of you guys. It didn't start off fantastic. I didn't make a ton of money. I didn't make sales every day. I still don't make sales every day. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I still don't make sales every single day. I still have bad days. But I got to the point where I understood my business well enough that I could control when I made money and also how much money I made. So that's what today's webinar is all about. How I went from making $30,000 a year to making $30,000 in a month. I'm very excited to share that with y'all. So I am about to try to share my screen and hopefully you guys will be able to see my slides and we are going to get started. So obviously, I think a lot of you guys know me, but if you do not, if you're new here, I'm going to briefly introduce myself. So I'm Jans. I go by Jans Charté. I have about 11 years of corporate retail sales experience. I've made multiple six figures in corporate retail sales. So while they were paying me pennies, they were making millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Really crazy when I think about it. I've been self-employed for 3.5 years now. I started my online boutique in November of 2018, and since then I have made over $745,000 in clothing sales, which is so crazy to me because, again, I was making $30,000 a year. It's super duper wild to think about. So additionally, I started a coaching business. As you guys may know, it's called the Boutique Academy. I started it in June of 2019. So about 6 to 7 months after I started my online boutique, I decided that I would start a coaching business and really just share, what I learned while I was working in retail and also to give you guys a viewpoint of what was going on in my business in real time. As I was making the mistakes and things of that nature. So it started through my YouTube channel, and then eventually we branched off into actual classes and courses and things of that nature. So since then, I've actually served over 4,000 women, and I've made over $1.6 million in digital sales and services. So I wanted to mention that because obviously it's not a boutique, but to be able to sell anything worth over $1 million that's a big thing. And at the end of the day, you have to convince someone to even want to spend their money. So while my boutique has not made $1 million just yet, we're getting very close, as you can see, though. I've also, on the opposite side, made over $1 million selling something to someone. So I wanted to also mention as a last point here that I use the same tools and resources to build both my product and service-based business. And the process that I use for selling is exactly the same. You just need to know who you're talking to. So I learned how to talk to my boutique customers, and I also learned how to talk to those people who wanted to learn how to start an online boutique or an e-commerce business. So that's a little bit about me. So my mission is a very, very simple one. I want to help as many women as possible create predictable revenue and income for themselves by equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and resources to reach consistent 4-figure days, 5-figure months, and ultimately their first 6-figure year or multiple.